Welcome or welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. For those that might find themselves here for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. We are the Light Renegades. We are a collective of Pleiadian beings, bringing you information from beyond the veil, beyond the stratospheres at this point, disclosing information about the negative reptilian order and highlighting aspects about the ascension process that might be helpful for you in your journey, wherever you find yourself right now, spiritual or otherwise, just looking for expanse. We might have some information that's relevant for you. So if you find yourself here, you're not entirely sure why, I would suggest hopping over to our playlist and seeing if anything jumps out at you. We have lots of channelings from the GA, which is the Galactic Alliance, our fractal of the Galactic Federation of Light that once was. We have my Pleiadian Star sister Anna Maria bringing forward information from the Pleiadian High Council and the Grace Collective. So lots of information out there for you to delve into, and some meditations as well if you want to start easy. But today's message is, well, it's more of a conversation again, everyone, and I have to apologize because I feel like all the channelings that I did throughout January was when I was having some time off, so they were a little bit more fragmented than usual, and today's specifically feels like a snapshot of a conversation rather than it being a direct channeling, even though it was. So I'm going to, I think, perhaps pick some pointers out to expand on, because I think at first at first glance this didn't make a lot of sense to me until I delved a little bit deeper. So I think on first hearing it, it might not make a lot of sense to you either, because it's just so much information condensed in one, tight paragraph at this point. But there is lots in there that I think is very, very helpful for so many of you at this time, specifically with regards to relationships. And we've had Love Week, everyone. So yeah, no surprises to me that they wanted me to bring this information forward today. But this is the last channeling from January, which is for those that might not have been here that whole time. I took some time off to integrate new energy, so there was a lot that was going on behind the scenes, a lot energetically for me. And yeah, I did have more direct contact with my guides and the GA with regards to my personal journey. So there wasn't much being brought forward apart from very specific channelings that they said I might be sharing with the collective depending how things played out. And this is the last one of those, everyone. So we'll be going into more direct messages from the GA and from the Angelic Council as well as we move forward past this channeling. So this is my last one from January, pre New Year's energies, I guess, everyone. But today's message from the GA was titled Relationships and the Roles We Play. Hello, light ones. We wish to speak to you today about relationships and the ultimate sacrifice and significance of them. For so many of you out there, we see you struggling. Some of you have come here for very specific purposes. We share this information with you today so that you can call your power back to you. Have you found yourself in disappointing situations time after time, feeling unseen, underappreciated, unloved? What if we told you that there were lessons within this for both parties? Yet also some do have a higher vantage point at this time and came here to help others specifically. This is beyond karmic debt. This is seeing those that you know and saying, yes, I can help you this lifetime. So many of you watching this have been this person time after time. And what the GA was meaning here was that, sometimes we don't have necessarily specific karmic contracts with people where we get given a specific, time frame that we're going to spend with these people, or, specific objectives. But sometimes we agree to come into contact with others that we've known from previous lifetimes, because depending on what is happening in their journey, we think, we can jump in and help them learn something, in this, period of time that you have with them. And the GA is wanting to bring this forward because I think so many of you are perhaps coming to a point where you're having to let a lot of things from the past go, and perhaps wondering why certain situationships, partnerships, panned out the way that they did. And the GA wanted to bring this forward to just let you know that sometimes you were there to be the person to get burnt because you knew better, and you knew that by being burnt you could take the weight of that situation and have that person learn something that was going to help them in their lifetime, because you knew them from other spaces, and you think, I see this soul here, they are a friend, I can take the weight of this so that they can catapult forward and I will, be okay. And I think this is such a complex idea to wrap one's head around, but I think many of you will start to see where this has perhaps been your whole lifetime and you weren't realizing it. But I'm going to carry on. Yeah, we say this today because we have seen so many become stuck in the pains of what once was, could, or should have been. Trust. Yes, not everything happens exactly to plan. We know you hear that everything is exactly as it should be, and yes, this is a full and complete statement. However, not everything always goes as planned. From with regards to contracts made before your incarnation, there are choices and many have free will. So this idea of that when we do have specific contracts, with souls out there to come together for whatever purpose, it doesn't always go to plan. It doesn't necessarily go exactly to plan, to what we planned before incarnation. And I think this is something that gets missed a lot in our journey. And I think some of you might have been very confused why some certain situations happened the way that they did, and perhaps you felt like you were the odd one out in a situation, but you felt like you had the higher vantage point. You felt like you were intuitively tapping into all of these energies surrounding a situation, and then it just doesn't work out the way that you thought that it would. And sometimes things don't go entirely to plan because we don't grow necessarily in how we thought we were going to, with regards to what we planned before we came to incarnate here. And we always have free will. As human beings here, we have free will. So if things haven't worked out the way that you felt like they should, the way that you thought that they would, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are wrong. It just means that perhaps you were picking up on energies of the contracts before this incarnation, and things haven't necessarily played out exactly to plan. I hope this is making sense, what I'm saying. The human experience is incredibly beautiful, treacherous, and exceedingly difficult in so many ways, especially to those that are awakened now. You see it all, you feel it all, and yet somewhere you are still human. It's like trying to send waves of energy through a grater. It starts off as one beam and then slowly gets diluted within the human experience through the greater, through the greater portal holes. And then you're left with fragments and pieces. Now is the time to put those pieces back, if we're going back to food, and whatever you've grated to be, the best thing to be the cherry on the ice cream or the cake, if you must. This is what the GA put forward. It made me laugh a lot. You are not alone. So many around you are indeed soul family. Please take a look around. Smile. It's time to say, hey, I'm doing okay, but I can make tomorrow better by acknowledging my emotions and getting to the root cause of them. Now is the time to declutter your mind, body, and soul. Leave this incarnation with no regrets and smile, saying, I'm ready to return. They said here, we jest, but you get the picture. So many of you have done this leap of faith trillions of times. We see you, we love you, and it's all always okay. And I hope this made sense. I think what the GA wanted to bring forward with this message is this idea that, we are always going to be okay, but no, some things don't go to plan, and you have to make yourself be okay with that. And, I'm speaking from personal experience here, where there has been a few incidences this lifetime that have completely crippled me because I can feel the energy surrounding them, and things really truly haven't gone to the plan that was made before incarnation, and I've really had to just get over it. I've really had to release all of my emotions regarding these situationships, and just let them go and let it be, and let everything just play out as it now should be, with regards to everyone having their free will and deciding what they wish to experience this lifetime. And I think it's incredibly difficult when you feel like you have the higher vantage point, when you feel like you can perhaps see what others should be doing in their lives to, maybe enrich it more or be a little bit more awake at certain times. And, sometimes we don't have control over that, and it can be frustrating with regards to, those that we really care about, friends, family, etc. But the GA wanted us to know that, we're not wrong for feeling the emotions that we have. We're not wrong for feeling like we're not wrong for feeling that we wish things have gone a different way, I think is the main message. And to allow yourself to, have no regrets, and to let yourself just feel what you feel and just release it, and then be able to move on from those situations. I think the GA is bringing this forward now because they see many of you, just stuck in where you are, in your pain, in your frustrations. And, I completely hold my hands up to that and say, I've been there a million times over, and feeling like I'm literally, banging my head against a brick wall with certain people in my life that are very, very close to me, my father being one of them. And I just have to let go of the wheel, I just had to let go and just understand that he's on his own path and on his own journey. And, he will step forward in his own time, in his own way, when he is ready. And, we can't put a time frame on that. And we like to think that we can, when we pre-incarnation, I think we all have these grand ideas of what we want to happen. And, for the most part, I think it does work out. But there are those incidences where free will takes over, and you know, it doesn't go to plan. But that doesn't mean that you are wrong in feeling what you're feeling. It just means you have to feel it and let it go. Is the main message coming from this today. And I'm not really sure where they were going with this idea of energy being put through a grater, but I hope you can see the visuals of that, of just like a direct stream of energy being put through this grater, and then those fragments being out there. I think a lot of you have these fragmented emotions and feelings with regards to lots of perhaps situations of the past or people of the past, and feeling like it, you know, you wish it would have gone a different way, or perhaps it was something that you did wrong. You know, it's not what you've done wrong, it's about where you find yourself and how you can heal yourself with regards to those incidences, and be able to move forward with, you know, as much love as you can for yourself and the other parties involved perhaps in these difficult relationships, because that is truly the only way that you are going to be able to move forward. But if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling like there are things from the past that you want to delve a little bit deeper into, please do not hesitate to reach out. We do past life regressions, and we do I guess, looking into certain relationships and perhaps the overarching energies that are surrounding that, and why you might have been put in those situationships, everyone. And I think, you know, it's difficult sometimes when you are relying on your own intuition with regards to your certain situations, because there's a lot of emotions that get involved, and it can get quite muddied in there. So if you wanted a non-biased outsider's perspective on that with regards to bringing in your teams of light, if you don't speak to them specifically, this is entirely what we are here for as well, everyone. And, you know, if you're in my other personal space, I say I don't do love readings in regards to tarot, but I do read relationships and how, you know, you can perhaps step forward in your own right to ease perhaps pains within that, everyone. That is definitely something that I've had to do this lifetime over and over again, is just make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to temper my emotions, my energy, and then, you know, this does ripple out into those in your surroundings as well, people. So please do remember that you are only in control of your own life and your own universe, and you know, there are some things that we can't be in control of. We can't control other people. So with regards to that, you cannot, you know, manifest people to behave a certain way. So all that you can do is emanate the energy that you wish to be experiencing, and you know, that does change people's emotions towards one another to some degree. So yeah, it really feels like it feels like romantic relationships that's coming forward with this energy, everyone. So yeah, apologies if it's not what you were expecting. Kind of wasn't what I was expecting this to go before reading this out as well, everyone. But it feels like it's romantic relationships of the past that we're needing to delve into. And yeah, I've had a lot of practice at this, so don't hesitate to reach out. This is what we are here for. But I hope that everyone has been having a beautiful day, and I'll be back real soon. Take care.